Right now, Karnataka government has decided to move the Supreme Court against Jayalalitha's acquittal in the assets case. Now, this after Jayalalitha's acquittal on May 11th, the Karnataka government had 90 days to challenge this verdict in the Supreme Court. So, essentially, the news coming in that the Karnataka High Court is going to approach the Supreme Court in this. Let's go across to Maya Sharma, who joins us on that. Maya, very much expected.
That is correct. It was expected all along that the Karnataka government would in fact approach the Supreme Court against the acquittal of J. Jayalalitha and 3 others on May 11th. She was of course acquitted, all the charges against her dropped, and she was free to go and become the Chief Minister again. It was all along expected that Karnataka would in fact continue this further legally, but they kept her waiting for a while, and finally at a cabinet meeting today in Vidhan Sabha they discussed this, and it was decided to actually go to the Supreme Court. The public prosecutor for the case in the High Court, B.V. Acharya, is also expected to represent the state in the Supreme Court as well. Now, the reasons for going ahead, this is on the advice of the public prosecutor, the Advocate General of Karnataka, and also the Law Department. 3 separate sources advising the government that they have a strong enough case to go ahead in appeal. Of course, immediately after the verdict was out, B.V. Acharya, among others, pointing out that there were some very obvious calculation errors in that judgment itself, that enormous judgment which went into more than 900 pages, which included the earlier judgment and the appeal and everything. Clear calculation errors there, because the High Court had actually said that since the disproportionate assets in Jayalalitha's case was less than 10%, it was grounds for acquittal. But the calculations, when done properly, showed it was as much as 76% disproportionate assets. So that, among other reasons, why Karnataka felt it has a strong case really to go to the Supreme Court against the acquittal of J. Jayalalitha. Jayalalitha, of course, having just been sworn in once again as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, but her legal battles not yet over. Karnataka given 90 days time to decide whether to go and appeal or not, and now almost a month later, this was May 11th when the acquittal was given, almost a month later, deciding now to go to the Supreme Court to challenge that acquittal of J. Jayalalitha in a disproportionate assets case.
Right, Maya, right after that acquittal, we've had Jayalalitha said she's tested in pure gold, and now we have this. But in a sense, is there a clarity on what the Karnataka government will specifically point out in the appeal?
Not clear clarity yet what they've shared with us, but certainly that calculation itself, which went public, which we all covered, the fact that the calculation indicated in the judgment itself was so definitely wrong. Also questions about the calculation of costs on constructions in Chennai. Also questions about the amount that was spent on the marriage of the man who was then her foster son. Lots of questions about the way the court has actually calculated, the way the defense has actually presented its calculations to bring down the amount of expenditure, and the way that the court has accepted some of those calculations. Lots being questioned really about that verdict which did acquit Jayalalitha, a verdict which came in a matter of seconds really, with Justice Kumaraswamy reading out the operative part of the judgment that the appeal had been upheld in Jayalalitha and 3 others to go. So specific details of how they intend to fight this case still awaited, but surely those miscalculations on the front of the percentage of disproportionate assets, but also when it comes to calculation of expenses on the wedding, expenses on construction, that is also likely to be raised when Karnataka goes to the Supreme Court against Jayalalitha's acquittal.
Right, Maya. In fact, when we looked at what happened after the acquittal, Jayalalitha is back at the helm of affairs. There were celebrations right through. We had Paneerselvam resign and she took oath, and it was just celebrations right through the state. So it meant a lot. But all along there was this thing, what might happen next. Whether it was Karnataka or even somebody like, there were others who said that they would challenge this court. DMK, of course, has been raising a voice against it, and also the point of the miscalculations that have been pointed out so far.
That is correct. The DMK has said that it would also be appealing to the Supreme Court, and it would support Karnataka government in its appeal. The original petitioner as well, Subramaniam Swamy, questioning the verdict and indicating that perhaps he might also take some legal action when it came to this. But really, since the case was tried in Karnataka, at first in a special court and later in the High Court, it was up to the Karnataka government to really take that decision. There was a lot of speculation, of course, when Jayalalitha didn't immediately announce the date for her swearing in, that she would be coming back. There was speculation that she was in fact waiting to see what Karnataka would do. But of course she went ahead with that swearing in ceremony, taking over from Paneerselvam, who of course never really occupied her chambers in Tamil Nadu as well. Very much a chief minister keeping the seat warm. So she did take over again, announced some schemes as soon as she took over, clearly deciding not to wait for what Karnataka has decided. But now Karnataka has decided it will be going to the Supreme Court, and Jayalalitha's legal troubles may not yet be over, even though she can, of course, continue as Chief Minister pending this appeal, because as of now, the conviction has been overturned and she is permitted to hold the post of Chief Minister. She had to step down, of course, earlier in September when she was found guilty and fined 100 crores for possessing disproportionate assets. But once that conviction was overturned, she continues as Chief Minister.